With the US Open 2022 finally wrapping up, there have been so many surprising moments along the way. No one can forget Serena Williams' tearful farewell, or the controversy surrounding Novak Djokovic's entry into the tournament. But in the end of it, what stood out is how history was made in the mixed doubles final. In this video, we'll go over how Australia finally ended its US Open mixed doubles title drought after 21 years. Starting off with the major details. In a nail-biting finish, the Australian duo made up of Storm Sanders and John Peers finally lifted a curse that had descended on the country for over 2 decades. In this year's US Open's mixed doubles final, they finally won the match and got the chance to clutch the trophy. The last time an Australian pair managed such a feat was in 2001, when Rennae Stubbs and Todd Woodbridge won the mixed doubles final in New York. Ever since, many Australian doubles had attempted to reach the mixed doubles final of this historic tournament. In 2004, Australia's Alicia Molik and Todd Woodbridge did reach the finals of the mixed doubles, but they were beaten by Russia's Vera Zvonareva and America's Bob Bryan. Then after 18 years, Storm Sanders and John Peers paired up for the first time and made history by bringing back the mixed doubles trophy from the US Open. They hadn't appeared in any Grand Slam tournament before the US Open, so the pairing was fairly experimental. They also happened to be the first Australian duo to win any mixed doubles title since 2013, when Jarmila Wolf and Matt Ebden won the Australian Open. The two tennis players defeated Belgium's Christian Flipkens and France's Edouard Roger Vasselin after 3 sets and an intense tiebreaker. After the win, the two winners hugged it out and were quite ecstatic for making their fellow Australians proud. Moving on to the match highlights. Storm Sanders, with doubles ranking of 4, and John Peers, with a double ranking of 14, defeated their opponents in 3 sets with 4-6, 6-4, 10-7. In the first set, Sanders and Peers played aggressively against Flipkens and Vasselin, who were both unseeded players. But because they were unable to change one of the 3 breakpoints they got early on in the match, they lost the first set by 4-6. In the second set, the two decided to play with a bit more discipline and clarity. With these 2 qualities in mind, they managed to break in the 6th breakpoint of the match. This led them to end the set with an easy 6-4 win. In the third and final set is where things got quite heated, but Sanders and Peers played an aggressive and clean match, which led them to win the tiebreak by 10-7. Throughout the whole match, they had 45 winners and 11 unforced errors, whereas Flipkens and Vasselin hit 23 winners and 5 unforced errors. While both of the teams were determined to win, the Australians came out on top by getting 6 breakpoints in total, and their opponents only had 2. All in all, this year has been quite successful for Australia in the mixed doubles category, with Storm Sanders and John Peers winning the US Open. Jamie Forlis and Jason Kubler reached the finals of the Australian Open. Apart from that, Sam Stosur and Matt Ebden reached the finals of the Wimbledon doubles title as well. Let's take a look at the winners and their reactions. After breaking the decades-old curse, the two Australians were all smiles and in shock. Neither of the players had gone past the semi-final stage in their tennis career. In 2021, Sanders had reached the mixed doubles semi-finals of the Australian Open with her partner Mark Polmans, but that was her career's best performance until now. For John Peers, his career best was at the Tokyo Olympics, where he won the bronze medal with Ashley Barty. Neither of them could have imagined that they'd be the ones making this historic moment happen for Australia's tennis history. While talking to his partner, John Peers exclaimed how he couldn't believe that they were Grand Slam champions. Sanders was also in deep shock, claiming that it still hadn't, quote, sunk in, that she had won the mixed doubles title. She stated that for her, this was just like any other match. She just wanted to play and have fun. And this was right after she had lost her doubles semi-final a day before. So for her to win a Grand Slam title was truly epic, and we couldn't agree more. The Australian duo also shared kind words with each other during their trophy presentation ceremony. John Peers expressed how he enjoyed every moment on the court with Sanders. He claimed that having Sanders on the court with him helped him stay calm and collected. The two even expressed the desire to play many more matches together. We certainly hope this duo stays together for a long time. Moving on to the reaction of the fans. After the Australian pair won the mixed doubles title, the spectators were on their feet cheering for the two. Seeing the duo hug multiple times and wave at the crowd, the commentators of the match were surprised at how happy they looked. Well, why wouldn't they be? They made a historical win for their country. Twitter was flooded with pictures of Sanders and Peers kissing the US Open mixed doubles trophy. Many commended applauded them for their performance, but the number one thing that stood out was how they were the first Australian duo to win the mixed doubles title in 21 years. There were also lots of fans of Storm Sanders in particular who kept reminding people that Sanders was a Grand Slam winner now. The two will receive prize money worth around $1 million each, and what a well-deserved win. We can't wait to see the two play in more tournaments together. Other news. Let's move on to another historical win from this year's US Open. Apart from Storm Sanders and John Peers, there was another tennis player at the same tournament who made history. After Carlos Alcaraz lifted the singles trophy at this year's US Open, he became the youngest male player to become the world's #1 player. The 19-year-old Spaniard defeated Norway's Casper Ruud in a 4-set match. He beat Ruud after winning the first set and going down horribly in the second set by 2-6. But then he powered through and won the next 2 sets, finally becoming the winner of the US Open 2022. Alcaraz was in a state of disbelief when he won. He literally fell to the ground and cupped his face. Then he hugged his opponent Ruud and headed straight to his team's box to celebrate the glorious moment with his team. To get the #1 spot, he has replaced Russia's Daniil Medvedev. Not just that, but he's also broken the world record set by Australia's Leighton Hewitt. Hewitt had gotten the #1 ranking when he was 20 years old in 2001. In the post-match interview, Alcaraz confessed that being the world #1 in tennis was his childhood dream. He claimed that he kept pushing himself and told himself that he couldn't get tired no matter what. Well, we're so glad all of that hard work finally paid off for the 19-year-old. Moving on to another famous tennis player's heartfelt congratulations to Carlos. While many players all around the world took to social media to express their admiration for the 19-year-old's success, there was one that stood out. We're, of course, talking about the tennis legend Rafael Nadal. Belonging from the same country, Nadal's appreciation definitely means a lot more. The tennis legend took to Twitter to congratulate Alcaraz. He congratulated him both for being the #1 tennis player in the world and also for winning the US Open title, which is his first Grand Slam win. He then assured the player that there will be many such victories like this for him in the future. Many have started viewing Carlos as the heir to the legacy Rafael Nadal is leaving behind in tennis. While Nadal hasn't officially retired yet and does have a couple of years left in him, we're sure that the legacy will be in safe hands with Carlos Alcaraz. Finally, let's move on to the winner of the US Open women's singles title. Alcaraz wasn't the only one who won his first US Open title this year. Poland's Iga Swiatek ended up winning her first US Open title and her third Grand Slam title on Sunday. She defeated Tunisia's Ons Jabeur in straight sets, which means she definitely meant business that day. Swiatek also became the world #1 after her win. She had previously won the French Open in 2020 and in 2022 became the first player from her country to ever win a Grand Slam title. Her career has just begun and she's already making waves in the tennis world. The 21-year-old collapsed on the ground after an intense match that lasted almost 2 hours. We can't wait to see what she has in store for us in the coming years. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of the Australian duo's historic win? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.